Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Market Check, the final episode of the week. A reminder that there is no second best live YouTube stream to talk about the markets. Like I said, we're going to have a great show for you all today. Officially wrap up your work week, hopefully on the right foot. We'll talk the coins, we'll talk the stocks, we'll talk the precious rocks that seem to be going straight up in a straight line. And no, that is not Bitcoin this time. But yeah, welcome, guys. I'm Snorlax. You also know me as Tommy, joined by Tucker, Max, and of course, Big Louie. We are going to cook you guys up a delicious meal of alpha. But before we can do that, before we can discuss things like the new Federal Reserve chair and what that means for markets, I'm going to ask if you guys can slam that like button for us. Let's run it up. I mean, we're not going to break records. It's a Friday, but just keeping score internally, we're always going to want to run that like button up on these videos. And I know it's a lighter crowd on Friday, but if you guys could oblige, we'll do our part to cook you guys up, like I already said, some delicious alpha on today's show and send you off onto your weekend. But yeah, talking about the market right now, I mean, we kind of had a bit of a dump overnight on the leaked news that Kevin Warsh will seemingly be the new chairman of the Federal Reserve. There had been rumors that Rick Rieder, I'm not quite sure how to say his name, that he was going to get the nomination here over the last week or so. That got stuffed in the locker. It seems like it's going to be Kevin Warsh. Market has thus far not really reacted, but there's been like a tiny negative reaction, right? Specifically as a result of yields going higher. Warsh is viewed a little bit as a hawk, but I have a hard time seeing that if he's being appointed, he's not going to be somewhat compliant with what the Trump administration is asking for as far as cutting rates. So I don't know. I guess we'll just kind of see how the market continues to interpret his appointment. Maybe it doesn't matter. We can debate it on today's show. Regardless, I'm looking across the board at markets, and we're still, kind of in this point of indecision. Are we about to see equities really make a move higher, or have we already kind of entered this topping structure where you have tech and distribution, you have financials now maybe showing a little bit of weakness, and you have these precious metal parabolas where, I mean, gold has pulled back 7% today, guys. That is not your everyday move on gold. That to me feels a little bit like topping vibes with gold. Dangerous last words, but we can debate it on today's show. I think when gold pulled back yesterday, the market really did not like that. So maybe we see some more small cap sell-offs next week as a result of that. Other than that, though, guys, I really want to get y'all's thoughts on the new Fed chair, on Bitcoin, because crypto is sitting at a range low. I just realized I barely talked about it in the intro, but Bitcoin dumped a little bit overnight. We're bouncing. Honestly, the charts still look like they want more down, but this is kind of a spot where I could see maybe like a sneaky long being put in for a bounce. We'll see. But how are we feeling about the markets, guys? How are we feeling about the fact that it's Friday? Do we have any good weekend plans or anything else that we want to mention on today's show?
No.
I mean, it looks like
Louis just goes, no. He's done, man. He's done.
Dude, what are weekend plans when it's like 10 degrees outside, bro? I don't even.
Oh, I didn't know it was going to be that warm. That's great news.
Average Minnesota winter.
Yeah.
Dude, what's silver down today? Wasn't silver down like 15%?
19%.
19%?
Look at the chart.
Dude. Oh my goodness. Dude, everyone wanted the Bitcoin silver chart to bottom.
Who sold?
They didn't want it to bottom this way. They wanted it to bottom because Bitcoin USD goes up.
Yeah.
Not silver just nukes harder than Bitcoin.
Well, that's too damn bad.
Yeah. Man, look at that.
Look at all that money that's about to flow into crypto.
Louis. Oh, you're so wide-eyed and optimistic, man. I love it. I love it.
It was a half.
Every team needs an optimist, you know.
Yeah. It ain't much, but it's honest work.
I mean, are we gonna bottom here? I'm thinking 77K, or we're going to like the 50s, and there's no in between for me. There's really not, and I'll show you why. I guess I mean, I should show you why. Oh, that's UST. Remember old UST?
Remember Terra Luna?
Yeah.
Remember when crypto went up only until it went to zero?
Oh, that was a good one, dude. I can't believe I didn't. What's that? Yeah, it's this. I don't know, man. I think there's a possibility, but if not, see you lower. See you a lot lower. That's a pretty good line. As far as lines go, that's a pretty solid line right there. I don't know how else to put it, but what do you guys think of my line?
I don't think your
hate
line
that line.
old, Tucker. It
You
feels a
don't
little,
think my line's gonna matter?
not matter, but I think it's. I don't think it's going to hold. Feels very Cheeto in the door.
You think it's gonna matter, or you think it won't matter to the downside, but it's gonna matter on an underside retest? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be classic.
Tommy is a hater. Wow, man.
Hi, Marisa. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello.
I can hear you. Louis Meat Stick. Well, here's what I was looking at this morning. Big Haggy, the guy who starts the stream when he's ready. Could you go to the 2-week chart for me?
Uh-huh. That's a beautiful line. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. No problem. What do you want? The 2-week?
2-week.
Okay.
I don't love the look of this thing. I don't know
No.
if I believe that that's support. Like, I think there's just gonna.
Look at that one, bro.
Yeah, we don't like that.
I mean,
We
I
don't do
can't believe I didn't max short this, bro. I really can't believe it. It was
The fact that even works is crazy.
I'm telling you, it works, bro. I'm telling you.
I don't get why it works. It's just some random line.
You wouldn't get it.
It's because you're a hater.
I actually wouldn't get it.
It's because you're a hater. I'm kidding.
You doing the door? Yeah, I mean, it probably is. If not, though, then where? You know, if not, then where? Tommy, and I'm sure you have some interesting wares.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not really gonna. It's not easy for me to subscribe to the Bitcoin's just gonna bottom in like the 70s or like high 60s because I am just expecting a very deep correction to come on equities from here. To be honest, like I think that the S&P and the Nasdaq should be trading below last April's low at some point this year. So, what does that mean for Bitcoin? I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see.
I think equity selling is the big question because that will really determine what I think Bitcoin does here. You know, like if equities don't sell for whatever reason and just continue to chug along, it's possible Bitcoin just maybe sweeps the April low and that's it. But if equities start to sell and Bitcoin is here, and when I say equity sell, I mean like at least a 2-quarter long, bearish trend, not just like a 2-week correction.
Mm-hmm. Dude, what is this? Like
the greatest Ponzi to ever exist.
That really does feel like it could just whoosh, a little bit. It just
the Nasdaq to me looks even cleaner of a top, honestly.
Yeah.
Like it looks like a double top that's about to just rip down, honestly.
Jeez.
But it's still like in that phase of plausible deniability, right? Where you're like,
Yeah.
oh, is it actually going to dump? Is it distribution? I mean, what does momentum look like? I bet momentum looks terrible on that.
A little MACD.
But I will say one thing is like equities literally look like they're topped like every like once a month,
Yeah, that's true.
and they just kind of keep grinding it higher.
There we go. There's our momentum, baby. Study it. No. I just don't know if it's quite there yet.
I do.
I just don't know if it's quite there. Look at that nice thick money flow down here. Come on, bro. I guess you already kind of did the double. You just didn't get this spike, you know.
I think Vol is getting ready to move meaningfully higher.
Look at D-Vol.
Yes, that one especially.
The wick is wild. You think so? I don't
Oh
know.
yeah. You know what that reminds me of, Tucker? Is it reminds me of the way the VIX traded right before the tariff tantrum.
Let's see.
It's like very, very similar.
The tariff tantrum.
So we had that like fake out pump on the VIX that basically fully retraced.
Yeah.
It was now it's further along.
What are you talking about?
That's the yen carry wick.
Oh, I'm in 24. I need to be in 25. Jesus.
So it was like, yeah, that move right there. I feel like we're coming out of the trough of something like that right now.
This would be fun. This would be fun to trade. I mean, yeah, you think we're like in this candle, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. I definitely see that.
Make Bitcoin volatility great again. Look, I've been saying, like, I think the bigger reason for the bear market isn't even asset prices. It's that you can't even get volatility on Bitcoin right now, which is kind of like self-fulfilling in like how that leads to USD prices. Because if there's not volatility to trade, traders will just go trade the newest small cap, which has been ripping, or even gold, which is down 7% today.
Sorry, my cat is sitting on my hand. Just typing with one hand. What were you looking at, Tommy? What you said?
No, I don't even remember what I was saying.
Nothing important, I'm sure. Then.
Yeah, no, never say
kidding.
anything important.
I never say it. Dude. Like the issue, I'm pretty sure, like, at least for Sol Bitcoin, I'm pretty sure it's bled because I guess we can look at it, but wow, everybody just went straight to KeyCat in the comments section.
What? Oh my
Because
god!
I said my cat was
Study that.
I think like Bitcoin's higher than it was when it bottomed at 80K or whatever, and Sol is lower. ETH is actually not though. ETH's actually fine, but like Sol definitely looks like it's in a worse spot, than back here. Like,
Sol looks terrible, man.
terrible, dude. Terrible. Like,
I mean, that's really giving like low volatility at support vibes, which is
What are you-
not. If you know, you know.
what are you doing if this is a 5-minute chart? Like,
All right, do this, Tucker. Go to the 2-week again. Draw a diagonal from like the beginning of 2024, kind of like no, sorry, up right below your second green horizontal, like that little right there, kind of across. Tighten it up, tighten it up a little bit. No, like as in like
the wicks or no?
bring
Like,
it closer
like, make it
to
so that the bottom's in. Yeah, I can do that.
yeah, like right in there.
Bottom's in.
That looks like a neckline that is just hanging on for dear life. Oof.
Louis, how do we measure these?
Yeah, from there. Yep. Down to the neck. Yeah.
Negative
Oh, it's
31.
going negative.
That seems about right if you think
Went
about
to
it.
zero.
Tommy, would you buy Sol at negative $31?
No, it's going lower.
They'll
Obviously.
pay me to buy Sol.
Yeah, they pay you to just receive Sol.
They'll pay you for every Sol that you'll put in your wallet. They'll pay you $31.
Wow. I'll be honest, man. I don't know if that's a good enough deal for me.
You're like, I don't know, man. Maybe if it was 35 or 40, 31. Louis, can you address this?
It's true.
The rumors are true.
Yeah, that's soul chart, man. It just like if that's dropping, yeah, that's it's tough to fathom what's gonna happen here if it does occur.
Show me $50, man.
I actually don't think it's tough to fathom what's going to happen. I think it's going to be glorious.
I think it's very
think so,
easy.
too.
It's one of those things where I actually feel unsettled looking at a chart like this, where I'm just like bury it, like completely bury it, and then like I'll feel at peace and be like, all right,
I'd like to point
it's
out.
finally, the massacre is finally over. Like we can rebuild. Like looking at this is just, you're like, man, because you don't know what it's going to look like. You don't know if it's going to happen in like 2 weeks or like two
man.
quarters. Like it's a bit unsettling, I'm like, do it, because here's the thing, when charts start to drop, like if we do this, you're not sleeping, man. You're not getting great sleep. You're in trades. You're hitting that like that sweet leverage pipe, and you're not sleeping well, and there's volatility, and it's not exactly conducive to like a very like calm life. So you know what, like bring it on. Let's do this thing, but like get this show on the road. Do not dangle it off a cliff any longer. I know Tommy's going to be hitting that sweet leverage if this thing breaks down. He is going to be like on the corner doing what he has to do for that sweet leverage, man. Chasing the Sol short down. It's going to be awesome.
It just, when it breaks, it's just going to go, and it's going to go, and it's going to go, and you're not going to get any bounce. And people are going to be waiting for a bounce, and it's a 2-year range that's breaking down. You're not going to get a bounce.
Yeah.
Tough.
That's going to suck for them.
I mean, dude, it's almost like, what is this? It's almost like just this.
Wait. Hang on. Tucker.
Wait.
Are you filling out a form right now?
Yeah, I filled out a form the other day on Solo and it didn't work. So,
Oh, okay. Well, now I have to
It'd be-
attack your
it'd be not
personality, your character, because you
Yeah.
were wrong one time. So
yeah. Tommy, how do you feel about this 6.7 RR trade? I'm sure the only thing you'd say is the stop is too big. Or the TP is not low enough. And $18.
$18. I mean, what's the profile look like on Sol? I'm actually curious. Like all time. Oh my god. Don't actually pull that up. That will scare the hose.
What?
The all-time Sol volume profile. I prefer not to speak.
I'm gonna look at it.
This does feel like that range that we saw in the beginning of 2024, where it really looked like it was going to break down and just didn't. But oh my god, there's nothing there.
That's
Yeah.
not great.
It's so bad.
It's not a great look.
Like if you go on the daily and look at that consolidation range before we went to minute fresh all-time highs, it kind of did look similar to this, where it looked like inevitable to break down and it didn't. Obviously that's wishful thinking, optimism. But you are at support until proven otherwise, right? So, but this has been tapped multiple times. So the more support is tapped and tested, the more likely it breaks. But yeah, this is where it needs to hold. It needs to hold here, man.
Dude, that profile. It
Dude.
looks worse on log.
Dude, Big Mac, what a guy, man. Love to Big
Wow,
Mac.
Big Mac.
He said dropping by to ask Tucker if 260 lean is his brother. I'm not.
What?
I'm not. He's saying some guy looks like me, but I promise you, I'm sure he looks much better than I do.
Size
260
Chad?
lean, bro. 260 lean would be epic.
You
I'm
and
like-
size chat are related.
I'm probably
right?
like 230, 235, and not lean the way that I'm sure that guy.
235 and bulky.
235 touch.
Hoggy.
No,
235 and twitched up.
260 lean is huge, man. That is.
dude, that's like you're in the NFL.
I was
He
about to
must be
say,
like 6'5" or something. That's enormous. Or he's just on a ton of steroids.
Yo, Tommy, thoughts on clavicular? He said something the other day. He was like, Tommy's in the background watching clavicular.
because I tweeted about him like last week. I was like, everything I've ever learned or heard about clavicular has been completely against my will, and it's true. I muted him, I blocked him, I muted the word, and I still get that shit on my timeline. I don't care about any of these dorky streamers, man. I don't. I muted all of their names from my feed. I don't want to hear about them.
Dude, I don't even see any of that anywhere, honestly. Like, unfortunately, mine's all about Claude bot and Molt bot. It's just a disaster. But
It is kind of weird what ends up trending. Like, why are all these like weird teenagers streaming that are like super image conscious and like being like overly image conscious as a man is like the most feminine thing you can do.
for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Like I don't care like how you like good you think you look or like how good 19-year-old chicks think you look. Like being overly image conscious as a grown man is the most like lame thing. It doesn't mean look like shit, but it's like this whole looks maxing thing is so pathetic, man.
It is.
It's so pathetic. There's nothing more dweeby and like estrogen fueled than like caring way too much about how you look as a grown man, dude. Get your bread up, get your life on track, have a family. Ooh, I'm gonna like, like do jaw exercises. Dude, what? Freakish. Freakish
Jaw.
dweebish.
Insane.
And also like encouraging young men to take steroids and shit. Dude, what? Like that shit is not normal. You should not be doing that.
You're not steroid maxing?
Dude, I'm Zin maxing. Just dude, trade crypto on leverage and throw in Zins every 10 minutes like a normal person. Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, steroids are pretty gay.
Dude, should we all go to Turkey and get leg extensions? I'm trying to be like 9 feet tall.
That's pretty sick, bro. What if you were 9 feet tall and actually athletic? You know,
I mean, Wemby's almost there.
Wemby is 1 in a billion, more than that.
More than
Wemby
that.
Yeah.
Sure, man.
Why does he move like he's 6'2", but he's like almost 8 feet tall?
It's ridiculous.
I could block him for sure. My defense, man. I mean,
Ooh, dude, that is.
It
so
really is
bad.
just like the most disgusting thing you've ever seen.
I mean,
we won't hit that point of control, and let me tell you why.
We're going below it.
No, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Okay, Tucker, I'm gonna need a little bit of massaging from you here to help me make my point. Okay, are you up for it?
I'm trying to make a
Okay,
bold
Deshaun Watson.
point right now.
All right. Can you pull up the Bitcoin chart next to this one, not below it, next to it?
Mhm.
Okay. Bitcoin chart, same 2-week time frame from last cycle. Okay. Draw a point of control just like you did on Sol, but on Bitcoin here.
Okay, wait, let me put it back on Sol. Sol is a
You don't
light-
even need to do light. I mean, you can. That's fine. It's really just kind of like bear market.
Or do you want
But
me to
yeah,
put it for Sol or for Bitcoin?
same as Sol before even last cycle.
This
Like,
is
let's
what
keep it
like that.
consistent, I guess.
Okay. This is
Because
right.
something tells me your point of control will be down in the bear market too.
20K? Bro.
Oh, wait, sorry. I did this wrong. On Bitcoin, we don't want to see it for this cycle. We want to see it for last cycle.
That's the same starting date though.
No. So I'm saying like Sol is a cycle behind Bitcoin in this sense. So delete that.
Yeah.
Delete that. Bring your chart back on Bitcoin further to last cycle,
Like this.
and then yeah, draw it right there.
Okay.
All
right.
like lifetime, all the way through the
Lifetime.
yeah, right there. Yeah,
So
right
where-
there. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. I think you're gonna front run that level.
The issue for me is that you just retest.
Oh, he's got an
all-time
issue.
high.
He's got an issue. Okay,
You-
let's
you
hear about your
simply-
issue.
You simply retested your previous all-time high, and Sol's previous all-time high is way up here. So that's the only first glaringly obvious issue that I have. But you're right; it could definitely front run it. And I'm sure there's some levels here we could like. I like this. I give me 46, man.
See, but I
46,
think what we learned from last cycle is that these super obvious levels typically get front run.
Yeah, I agree. with
Like,
that.
why are you gonna get to buy Sol at like $40? You're not gonna get a full cyclical retrace. You'll get a full Jeet, but you're not gonna get like a full. I mean, we're not going back down there. I don't think.
Sure hope not.
Tommy hopes we do.
It would be
It's fine.
fine, wouldn't it?
Because when you think about downside like that, it's like, yeah, it's cool to think about it if you're short, but it's just like how long it's gonna take to recover is gonna suck.
This is where I'm gonna push back. I don't care if Sol recovers, man.
Well, okay,
Space
sure.
would be better
yeah,
if it didn't.
that's fine. Yeah, no, never mind. Soul agnostic. Even just take Bitcoin.
Doesn't care.
I recognize the collateral damage that's likely to occur from a move like that, and I say, let the negative toxins leave the space, man. I really do view it like that. Shitcoining needs to return to ETH.
Yeah.
Now it won't literally go to zero, but
Well,
I think karmically there is no floor for Sol. And you need to take that into consideration if you're looking to catch the knife.
okay. So
Hmm.
I'm not trying to catch the knife though. That's the thing. Like I don't. I mean, I'd rather wait for like some 4-month base to form and then take a stab at it, right? Like you don't want to. There's no value in being a hero because like best case you snipe the bottom, but then you have to wait 6 months to get a return on it, and watch it every second. That sucks. You don't want to just buy something because it's the bottom. You want to buy something because it's about to start trending, right?
Yeah. Or
Same with
because you
shorting,
believe
by the
in
way.
it, because you believe in it.
Did you guys see what Trump said about asset or home prices?
Unfortunately.
No, what did he say?
He said if you don't own a home, just kick rocks, basically. He said because
Wow.
you know how I think earlier he's like, we're going to try to make housing more affordable. And he clarified that all he meant was dropping interest rates and that he would protect, if not attempt to increase the sticker price of boomers' houses.
So that was a lie.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, Warsh is probably gonna lower rates, right? Like I was reading a little bit about him yesterday that it's kind of like a joke. He believes that rates can be lowered through higher rates. I mean, that effectively like sums up how he'll probably approach things is that, maybe some short-term pain for risk assets, but hoping that can bring long-term rates down, which is just like, okay, great. If you have your entire savings account in a home right now, that's kind of exactly what you want to hear. It's not surprising Trump picked Warsh with the quote that you just said in mind.
yeah.
Oh. Well, I did just buy a house, which is good.
That is good.
Yeah.
Like 6 months ago.
Your investments being protected by the U.S. government.
That's amazing news. It's great. It's really great. Probably still way overpaid for it.
No, actually not with what Trump just said. It's only
Yeah.
going to go up.
Well, I mean, he just said that, but like, is it actually true? I mean, if the stock market takes a dive, like,
Well, if they lower interest rates, it's just a pendulum. Price will go up on houses. Unless
I think
Yeah,
they're
so
fine. I think they're fine having a hit to stocks and a lot of what I would consider to, well, I guess like the housing market's really not that different, but like paper wealth, they're fine with that probably taking a hit, knowing that most of the homeowners, I would imagine like most homeowners now, like either they have paid off a huge chunk of their mortgage entirely, or they're like levered up to the point where you don't really want housing prices to crash or they're going to get screwed. So I don't know. Am I wrong in that assessment, Max? Well, like versus stocks, which are at relatively speaking all-time highs of relative household wealth. I think it's like 55% right now in stocks.
yeah, I mean, here's the thing is like, if, I actually think there's another scenario where like if the stock market goes down, or corrects a bit, homes will just become even more liquid. So they won't on paper really drop in value. It's just everyone's going to tighten up, right? So like all these boomers that have 50% equity in their homes are just going to be like, well, my net worth just got crushed. I'm not going to be moving. I'm just staying put. I have a very low payment already. I've got huge equity in my home, and the bank is not going to mark to market the value of the homes relative to mortgages. So they're not going to we're not going to see some like forced selling, collapse in houses. It's, yeah, I mean, homes are probably just what really screwed up the housing market was COVID, man. That just screwed it up because, man, everybody refinanced. Everybody's locked in on a 30-year fix with, a 3% rate, and that's never going to happen again. So they're just like completely decentivized to move. Like there is no incentive to give that up ever. Like it's just not going to happen. So then my sister's a prime example. Like she had a nice townhome and she refied it and it's at like 2.8%. is her rate for 30 years. And she was like, I'm going to sell it. And I said, don't you dare sell that thing. Don't you dare sell that thing. I was like, that's literally free money. I said, I'll rent it out for you. So we found her some renters. So instead of selling that house, she decided to make it an investment property instead. So I think you just have a lot of people doing things like that with their cheap mortgages, which just makes the market even more liquid because there's just not supply there that normally would be. But anyways, that was a long waffle. I don't know what's going to happen, man. Who knows? All I know is I probably paid way too much for mine, but it's like, well, I have a kid and a wife. They wanted a house. Daddy's always happy. One of those.
You will own nothing and be happy.
Apparently so.
Should we transition into a real estate business because crypto's going to zero?
You're going to have gone from real estate to crypto, then back to real estate.
Yeah, real estate, crypto, back to real estate, then back into crypto. Just keep going back and forth.
And after we finish crypto, we'll take our gains, or they'll take their gains to real estate, and that's when we take it all. Have you guys seen that copy pasta?
I don't think so.
Damn. So nobody got my reference just now.
That's okay, Tommy. I like your SpongeBob references. I feel like I usually follow those. I was a SpongeBob kid growing up.
SpongeBob will never fail to not make me laugh hysterically. Great show. But the original copy pasta was, at some point, on-chainers and meme coiners will come to perps, and that's when we take it all. And at the time, everybody was laughing because, like, on-chain, it's like, why would you ever go trade perps when there was that much opportunity on-chain? And it actually ended up playing out because so many of these people in meme coins and on-chain went to trade perps and got rinsed.
This is true.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. There's so much volatility that, like, it was worth it. But yeah, zero-sum game. I've been trying to dabble a little bit more recently. It's worse than when I left. It's
It
like,
is
oh, this
barren.
you know, we have the
Playing on the
trenches,
perpies,
Chaz.
Louis?
Oh, I've been doing that. I'm talking about the trenches.
Oh,
It's like, oh, there's this good token. It just came out. Great. Okay. You buy it. You wake up the next day. Oh, I got Vampire Attack. There's another one, slightly different name, same thing. Then you wake up the next day. There's a third one. It's like, okay, what are we doing here? What's going on? It's
like, yeah,
it's
you bought the
ridiculous.
trending viral coin of the month, but unfortunately, you got vampire attacked by a virgin farmer on Solana.
That's the thing. It's not even a month. Like, this is like a token that was made like 4 days ago, and it's already getting vampire attacked. It's insane.
oh, the base vampire attack. You don't like those
No.
hot
not
token
anymore.
drops? The based version.
It's based. Don't you get it?
I actually do think you have a better shot of winning perps trading now than meme coins, which is at least, like, while liquidity is still needing to return to on-chain, I think that's going to be the case.
There have been some runners though. Like I've noticed. Like
There have been a few.
I agree with
runners,
that, Tommy. I've been more just focused to, like, okay, like, that's the zero some game right now. Let's just get back to the basics, do some normal trading. But last couple of weeks, there's been some life. There's definitely some life there, more than I would think right now in this environment. So it's interesting. It's like, well, you know, what does that say? I guess traders and crypto participants are trying to find stuff that's not fully correlated to Bitcoin, which has been trading like dog shit. So I guess that makes sense. But yeah, there have been some runners, but it's just like, you got to be quick. It's like nothing lasts like more than like a week or so. Insane.
Yeah. On-chain is funny because it's, you know, during those periods of risk on, you just have to milk it. for everything that it's worth. Just completely throw your risk parameters out the window often
Yeah.
too. But when the getting is no longer good, like you're just going to give back your money if you just keep trying to bet on it. And same way with perps with like, oh, well, you know, you get these trends. And I feel like altcoins have actually been really nice to trade for the last few weeks for the first time in a really long time versus like, you know, a lot of people will try to force things during range and choppy conditions when there's just nothing there and they'll just give back the P&L that they might have just earned on the trend. So, you know, I think meme coins are just kind of going through their equivalent of that right now, or rather on-chain markets as a whole.
There's one that looks really good. I think it's big enough to talk about. It's over 30 mil.
Oh, okay.
Banker.
I thought you were going to
and
say
this
like
is
5.
what?
I thought you were going to say like it's
No,
over
it-
5. Yeah.
No, this is one I was watching very closely like 6 months ago. I kind of just stopped paying attention to it, but this thing is ripping. Up 70% today. It's up like 300% in the last couple weeks. Yeah, it looks really good. It's like a base fundamental. Banker is actually really cool. You can like just go on your X and just be at Banker and just be like, hey, Banker, buy me X token, right? And it has like a wallet hooked up for you through your X, like through your, I guess, whatever wallet that is. You could trade leverage on it and be like, hey, open up a 10x Pepe long for me at Banker, and they'll like do it for you. It's really cool. I like the use case of it. But yeah, it's doing really well. So like it's strange when I'm looking at stuff like this up like 300% in the last week when we've had nothing but crap price action. Like what does that mean? I don't know. I would think it would be something optimistic, but I guess not yet. But yeah, it's interesting.
You know, I think most of the time it's going to be because you have an addiction to gambling and outcome dependency. But right now, I actually think altcoins are trading really nicely. You know, I know Bitcoin and ETH have been in this ugly range for a while, but altcoins gave an amazing long and an amazing short already this year. We're only in January, so I know that liquidity is not the best, but there's been more opportunity on perps than probably even in the downtrend that we had on Bitcoin, just because, I mean, for most of the coins, it was like October 10th happened and then you just slowly bled down. But the volatility that we've already seen this year on altcoins with like the huge squeezes and the huge retracements, like that's very tradable. It's a lot of money to be made in 50% altcoin pumps and then immediate retracements.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's topped. Tech is top. Tech is top. Observe the downswing.
They chopped me up good in this range because I was saying the same thing as Tommy for the last like 2 months. They chopped me up. It got me out.
Broken down yet, Louis?
It hasn't. Like I could jump back in. There's some stocks that I was eyeing before that have bounced that have, are definitely shortable. But yeah, this was a crazy range here. My PLTR puts would be in the money today. I sold them.
Dude, heaviest.
that,
Talking about
Monday?
heaviest objects on earth.
Mhm.
Yeah,
What is it?
Palantir.
PLTR.
Whew.
I had February 27 150s. Sold them a couple days too early. Made money on them, but
I've got them. I think I've got like the April 120s. Will be studied. You know, guys, I really think that we're about to see the AI trade unravel much more meaningfully. And I'm going to say that because I think Oracle which has been kind of like, it's obviously the deal that they made towards the top has been maligned, we'll say, because they're already down kind of horrendously and have a huge default risk on that debt. I know Oracle's already down like 50% from the high, but I kind of feel like it's getting ready to cascade. And I want to know what you guys think about this chart. And if it is getting ready to cascade, then I think that the AI trade is probably going to see some headwinds here over the next few weeks. And what I also think is going to have some headwinds are banks, particularly the ones that were large lenders to Oracle and have contagion risk because of the fact that they could default on this amount of debt. JP Morgan was the leader of that round. So obviously I've been like, oh, why is JP Morgan diverging from financials? I think that's a big reason why, honestly.
I mean, so this is the chart you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to bounce, man.
What about the Livermore cylinder?
Yeah, Tommy. You considered the Livermore?
I have considered that it looks a little bit like coin with the bleed, but
Put it in Log Tucker. Don't worry.
Yeah, there we go.
The
They're already
Livermore
put it-
already occurred.
I don't know, man. I think Oracle is about to like rip down. Options are pricey, but I mean, you can trade Oracle on hyperliquid perps now.
Oh my god, coin on log looks worse than linear, bro.
Hi, David. How are you?
Coin's wrecked. I just actually read a headline that apparently in Davos, Jamie Dimon said Brian Armstrong was full of shit to his face. Honestly, Jamie Dimon's kind of based for a lizard person.
For a lizard. I think JPM could actually give a little.
I've considered buying more puts for JPM today.
Today,
I'll just say that, yeah.
gap rejection, never mind, it's over. Yeah, if it can't get through like here, it's done.
I think next week will probably be red for JPM and tech, just a guess. I have no fractals that would indicate that's the case.
Dorito, I'm gonna need you to explain yourself. I'm gonna need that. Because Bitcoin also nuked with metals. He's typing, I'm sure. It's in the charts, bro. What are you waffling about? Bitcoin nuked with metals. Did it not? Let's check. I mean, we're gonna have to go lower, I guess. What am I on the 6 hour? When did Bitcoin? I mean, yeah. What are you waffling about? What about silver?
What is bro waffling about? They used
Our
to just
only hope,
best troll on Market Jig.
I don't know.
bro, waffling about. Our only hope is that Tether is just absolutely unloading their gold right now because they'll actually buy Bitcoin.
Are they actually selling their gold?
I don't know. I'm just saying that's our only hope here.
I
If
see
they are
correlation, bro. I see correlation. I don't know. Max, do you know what he's talking about?
I'm not even. What's he saying?
He's saying, he said this.
Well, I think it's way too early to know because the Bitcoin gold pair chart and Bitcoin silver pair charts bottomed not off the back of Bitcoin showing strength, but of metals showing weakness. So they're kind of just dropping together. You might have to elaborate a little bit more.
I feel like it depends on what basket of assets you think Bitcoin falls under right now. Like that's going to frame your view on every move that it makes from here on out, in my opinion. Like, is it a non-sovereign SOV in digital gold? Is it digital energy? Is it just tech data?
Yeah.
I can see the narrative switching so quickly from physical gold to digital gold. I can see that shift occurring. Like if Bitcoin reverses here, it's going to be so easy to say, well, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Physical gold just had a monster run. Bitcoin's digital gold. And, now that's having a run. I can see that, just the narratives. Like price go up just changes the narrative so quick. People forget sometimes. I will say it's not a perfect signal, but when gold hit like a local top, was it April of last year? That did mark the bottom for Bitcoin. So it doesn't occur every time, but when Bitcoin is in a deep trough and gold tops, it seems to seems to be some correlation where gold tops and then Bitcoin's able to run. Whether that's gold acting as a liquidity vacuum, or maybe there is some sort of rotation that does occur. But again, it's not perfect. There's times where gold has topped or stalled and Bitcoin didn't move. But last April, when Bitcoin was coming off that 35-40% correction, the top of gold literally marked the Pico bottom for Bitcoin. So I think that's interesting, just to keep in the back of the mind.
God, what a chart. Don't look at the silver one.
Bitcoin silver.
Yeah, don't look at Bitcoin.
I'm sure
silver.
it's
I mean, if you look at those charts too, though, like
It's even worse.
they bottom off like.
Oh my God.
Dude. I mean,
Close
there's
wrapping?
That's a bottom.
Joking.
there's nowhere else. I mean, it has to bottom right here, or else I don't even know.
That's insane.
God, dude. Oracle looks so
I think this chart makes new highs though.
When?
Eventually.
All right, fair enough.
I mean, do you think silver is going to outperform Bitcoin in the next decade?
I mean, probably not from this.
No. I mean, even a dead cat bounce on this chart could be a big move, right? But I guess the question is, does that happen off the back of silver nuking or Bitcoin actually finding some legs? That's the tough part.
Both creates the perfect storm.
Wouldn't it be crazy if Bitcoin just does that? Would be so crazy. As in like that chart right in front of us.
Tommy.
I don't know. I'm kind of shit posting, but like I do think there is something to be said about, I mean, Bitcoin's narrative is digital gold and non-sovereign money this entire cycle. Like every major impulse for the most part has been a result of that narrative. Now that we're kind of seeing it like, okay, well, push came to shove and Bitcoin's not following gold and silver. And I think the lag time has like lasted long enough that you would have expected Bitcoin to show something. So like if the digital gold narrative, and again, we were talking about this on Market Check yesterday, like it's a very reflexive narrative. So like the idea that it can never be digital gold, you don't want to get like too attached to that idea, because a lot of it has to do with a chart like this, right? The fact that Bitcoin hasn't performed. But yeah, I do think like short term, that narrative that Bitcoin is not digital gold, like that has not been priced in. It has not performed, but I wouldn't say that the idea that Bitcoin is no longer digital gold has been necessarily priced in the way that crypto as a very reflexive asset class will often do. And it doesn't have to, but you guys see what I'm saying, right? Where it's like, if you were somebody who bought Bitcoin at any point since like January of 2024, and you bought it under the premise that it was either tech beta or digital gold, and for the last 6 to 9 months you haven't gotten the performance that you have gotten from other precious metals or from other tech beta, where are you repricing? Are you selling your Bitcoin? I mean, if you didn't have conviction in it, there's a pretty good chance that you probably are at least trying to rotate into something better.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's
I mean,
like gambling forever either, but I do think like short term, I would not say that kind of like that big thematic change has necessarily been priced into Bitcoin.
I mean, that's just the narrative. Like, it's like when Bitcoin's going up, it's like, oh, Bitcoin's obviously digital gold, and when Bitcoin's going down, it's like, oh, well, Bitcoin's obviously digital shit. It's like
Digital shit.
narrative's just narrative. It's just people need to find a talking point to make sense of the market, which a lot of the times don't make sense.
Well, I agree. I agree with the premise of that, right?
Yeah.
We know how crypto bull and bear markets work. The inefficiency is ultimately like how you end up making so much money from this asset class is like, all right, well, the narrative drove the price. Based on that, is Bitcoin under or overvalued relative to like the narrative that drives price in any given cycle? And I think, that's always been crypto's biggest bull case to me, is that it's effectively a chameleon. I
agree with that, Tommy. Because it's like everybody, like, what is it? Is it money? Is it property? Is it levered stocks? Like, what is it? It's a chameleon.
Always changing.
It's always changing, and that's a problem. No one knows when to bid it, unless it's really easy.
Alive.
Thoughts on dominance here, boys? This is kind of what I'm thinking. But that's somewhat skewed by what I think Bitcoin price is actually going to do, right?
I've been thinking we'd get 65% again, but it hasn't happened, so I'm just kind of waiting.
I just don't know how you come out of a downtrend without dominance going up, whether you keep going down or you start going up.
Well, Bitcoin dominance is dropping. That means we're not going into a bear market.
Well, hang on now. Let me press you on that for a second. Hypothetically,
we talked about this concept before.
We did. We talked about this months ago. How this could be the worst Bitcoin bear market yet because of all the institutions that bought the top. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
What about that? How many institutions bought the top?
No, yeah. But you're not, okay, you're pressing on that. You're not pressing on, I'm saying like coming out of a downtrend from Bitcoin price, dominance has to go up, whether the downtrend continues or Bitcoin recovers. Correct?
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't see a way around that. So
yeah,
that's why I'm thinking you get at least another spike minimum. Okay, but back to what you said. This is going to be the worst bear market we've ever seen, or?
Well, all I know is there's a lot of institutions that were doing the Michael Saylor at the Pico top. And I don't think a lot of them probably have the same level of conviction that Saylor has, even though when prices are up, they kind of puff their chest out like they do.
Yeah.
So I think there's potentially, if we do start to slide, there is going to be that scenario of like someone yells fire and everybody rushes to get out. Who gets out first? You know, because everybody's afraid someone else. It's like Bitcoin is suddenly going to be like experiencing the same drama that we all felt with on-chain shitcoins. Like, who dumped? You know, and they're like wallet tracking. It was this entity. They sold on all of us. You know, and they all own enough where it's actually going to impact the price quite a bit. But I agree with you there, Dorito. Saylor and Trump being the face of Bitcoin is bad. It kind of makes something that was historically apolitical and almost like a vote against the system sort of overly centralized and political. I think it's been a net negative overall.
This is a good point. Yeah, I agree with that.
Did you not just
It's
hear
reflexive, though, right? It's kind of reflexive.
Yeah.
We're in just the downswing of. Honestly, Bitcoin probably bottoms when the sentiment of Michael Saylor is just like way blown out of proportion.
I mean, I remember last cycle, Michael Saylor, man, he was taking some shit at the bottom, really bad.
Oh, Mike. I mean, he basically created the Bitcoin bull run, man. Like, he stopped buying. So? We haven't discovered price in basically, a year at this point.
I think he helped create a low float environment, but the price appreciation for Bitcoin comes from short-term speculators and leverage, not slow accumulation via OTC deals. So he contributed to it in creating a lower float, but I don't know. I wouldn't say he like fueled the bull market personally. Because he's not.
You could also probably argue that the bull market should have been bigger, depending on like how Coinbase and the ETF dark pools have actually facilitated his transactions. They've made sure that there's not really that much market impact for relatively massive buys from Saylor.
Yep.
You could definitely argue it's a bit nefarious. I would argue it's probably nefarious, but I think that will eventually be reflected in the Coinbase price. Wasn't David Levinson talking about paper Bitcoin on Spaces recently?
I was sensing this conversation coming soon.
What, the paper Bitcoin?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know if it's a big deal or not. I do think there's probably some relationship between the fact that, none of Michael Saylor's buys really have that much market impact, yet they're always at the most unfavorable of prices. And then at the same time, you've had Binance just like relentlessly selling spot Bitcoin during the most liquid sessions of the day. So if I had to guess, like some people got caught on the hook with some very large positions in like probably pure paper Bitcoin. And it's probably like actively cascading within this downtrend, but that would be my guess. But it's kind of like one of those things where nobody's taking the whole paper Bitcoin thing seriously until it actually hits the fan, because we have no idea how good or bad the actual situation is. So speculating on it, you just look like a doomer. And it's been not really that relevant for most of the cycle because price has just been kind of in this like high time frame stair step higher. I hope we find out someday, like, okay, hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully it's not too bad when we do find out. But I'd like to think that we find out more about this paper Bitcoin at some point. I hope we find out about it this year. Shoot.
We probably will.
It's an interesting point.
That's the only thing that makes sense because, billions of buying is being done by Mr. Saylor, and then we get days where billions are being sold, and you see the downside, you don't see the upside from the buys. Like something's not right.
It's giving me FTX clearinghouse vibes. They had their like native in-house clearinghouse. So like any liquidations or bad debt incurred by the exchange would just get like offloaded by FTX whenever they'd find a buyer for the debt on their exchange. And what happened with Luna, obviously they took on billions and billions and billions and billions of bad debt that they could not offload. And it effectively made them like incredibly insolvent.
If we do go down this cycle and, everything kind of takes a dive here, do you think that there is a Luna that will present itself?
Coinbase.
Oh, you think it's a
It's
company, not?
It's probably like a whole like mixture of people, like Coinbase, FDUSD.
Like, who's going to prison this cycle? Because like we had Do Kwon, we had Sam, all the FTX crew, right? At the end, we had CZ, but that was a little bit later. Like, who's going to prison this time? Somehow Barry didn't go to prison, which is crazy. But
That is crazy.
like, who's going to prison this time? Like, which big founder billionaire is going to prison?
Oh, that's a great question.
See, the problem for me, and I could be totally off base here, with it being Coinbase is like they're in the S&P 500 now. Like, how do they get accepted to be a publicly traded company in the S&P 500 if they're not being like fully under the microscope and scrutinized any which way to make sure that they're a legitimate company, and also BlackRock doing business with them, unless they're all in on it together, right?
Louis, the bonds.
Like, how does that work?
The bonds are AAA. The bonds are AAA. Don't look under the
AAA.
It might be double B's. I don't know.
Also, Enron was in the S&P 500.
Lehman was in the S&P. Probably Bear Stearns, if I had to guess.
They just got it into it. I feel like those companies were in it for a while, and then like it went south. I feel like
I have one question.
Wasn't that like
Louis.
8 months ago?
Do you think that these people have changed their ways? Do you think that they've learned from their mistakes? Or is it the endless pursuit of self-enrichment that blinds them every time?
So why don't they let the MicroStrategy in?
So they could short the piss out of it. I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. I don't know what their process is like, but the bonds are pay rated.
I feel like MicroStrategy is just going to have their Bitcoin seized.
Seized?
I mean, it's becoming kind of like more and more of a potential scenario I'm entertaining. Is
by who?
Strategy just gets like giga nuked, and instead of selling Bitcoin, they just they take it from. I don't know what
think they're ever parting with the Bitcoin. I've said this. I think he will sacrifice his company in order to keep the Bitcoin, and I actually think that was always like Plan B for him. Is if this didn't work and MicroStrategy stock got pummeled too bad, some contingency plan to basically keep the Bitcoin, convert it to just like some levered ETF vehicle. I don't think he's parting with that Bitcoin, man.
I don't either. He's not. There's no way. He'll go down.
He would happily give up his company to keep the Bitcoin, I think.
Yeah.
Dude, MicroStrategy's chart, though. Jesus.
Dude, MicroStrategy holders are the same kind of mental archetype of the meme coin bag holder. It's the exact same thing. The way they talk on Twitter, exact same thing.
It is pretty concerning. I remember when that irresponsibly long MicroStrategy group on Twitter spawned, like that was the Pico Schmico top.
Yeah.
Of MicroStrategy, not Bitcoin. I mean, MicroStrategy is basically trading at the structural level of Sailor's break-even price, right?
I think probably below. Just kind of eyeballing it, but yeah.
His break-even's what, like low 70s?
76.
It looks like it's below. Hang on, let me pull it up.
His average entry is like 76 now. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, just I don't know if this is signal or not, but I have some normie buddies who were aping MicroStrategy yesterday because they thought it was undervalued.
Oh no.
Aping.
It technically is if you account for all the Bitcoin they have on the balance sheet and the value of that.
Louis, you're such an optimist.
No, I'm just saying it's true.
Well, he's right. Louis is right.
I know.
but
No, I know.
But you're right, Louis. But where you're potentially wrong is if Bitcoin drops another 10K a coin, then we got to rework that a little bit,
Yeah.
So it's like you're right,
Of course.
but the market is forward looking, and if it thinks Bitcoin is overvalued, then not so much.
Yeah. But they're normies with long time horizons. He's like, I'll hold it for a year. I don't give a fuck. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that might be okay. Might not. I don't know.
It'll be okay. It'll be okay, Michael.
I actually like MetaPlanet, which is like, I guess, a diet MicroStrategy.
What did they do again?
They just buy Bitcoin. I don't know like what the original use of the company was, unless that was it. But I mean, yeah, I'm a buyer on this chart. Obviously, it's relying on Bitcoin reversing, but I feel like it's like it's the MicroStrategy without all the extra nonsense.
But actually, why is gold going down so aggressively? Don't tell me because there's more sellers than buyers, please.
I always hate when that's the response I give, man.
I know.
It's Tether unloading their billions of dollars worth of gold to buy Bitcoin.
To buy Bitcoin.
And I heard they're going to be buying shit coins too. I'm hearing things. I'm hearing things or
Hopium cook before the weekend. Anyone?
Wait, what was that?
Can we get a hopium cook before the weekend?
Opium cook?
Yeah.
Probably not from WA. I mean, Hyperliquid. Got to bounce the sweet. The people like the coin.
Yes.
I like the coin.
I like the coin too.
Catching the bottom of
I am-
Hyperliquid will probably be a generational trade. Again.
You really think it's gonna get bid the same way it did?
Yes. I think I actually agree with
Harder.
Capital Flows that Hyperliquid will be a source of uncorrelated returns from Bitcoin at some point, but I don't think that moment is right now.
he's bulled up on Per too, right?
The
Just
TCO.
completely rugged, man. What a scam.
You want Hopium going into the weekend? Tucker's just make that chart like zoom in a little bit. Just widen it out a little bit. Double bottom.
That's the only hopium, man. I
No.
still think you
Like
need
locally, like Yeah, that's
like
where-
locally, like the bottom is in right now.
yeah, like 80K is the left bottom, and then right here is the right bottom.
I mean, your hopium is
I wish we just took that wick out last night, man.
even then.
I wish they just took that wick out. They freaking front ran it.
I mean, this is
It
your.
could be bait.
Go ahead.
No, it could be bait, right? Like, it could be like, oh, well, I got to come back and fill that wick,
This is
or
your,
it's just trap more longs before actually running it. You know,
This is your only
50-50.
hopium. This is the best hopium I can come up with, I think.
Yeah, there's not much hopium like that can be seen, right? It's more or less hopium, but you kind of have to believe. Contextually and subjectively, everything looks like shit. Like, I looked at the Bitcoin weekly chart yesterday for the first time in a while, and I was like, oof, yeah, that looks horrible.
This is my
I mean, it
best
could-
hopium, bro. Right here.
Let him cook.
Just
Yeah, I had a buddy that did the same thing, Louis. He was like cautiously optimistic on the coins. And then he was like, then I looked at the weekly charts and I was like, yeah, I never mind.
Yeah, I was looking at this, I was like, ooh, yeah.
This. Anything crypto touches
Literally.
is the plague.
by listing it on crypto exchanges, yeah.
Binance gets involved in tokenized commodities. Whoosh.
No problem. It's no problem.
Like how he calls you Haggy.
I know it's awesome.
Start
the
the stream
boy.
when you're ready. It reminds me SpongeBob reference when he's like
Huh.
go ahead, like you go ahead, Rocky, whenever you're ready.
Whenever you he's the boy. Study Chewy.
Oh, platinum futures are coming to Binance? Hell yeah.
You know they have copper futures on some weird exchanges.
Well, I got it on Hyperliquid too.
That is how pathetic crypto's been. We now have to tokenize
Metals.
metals to trade because crypto's such a piece of cat poop.
Yeah.
It just so sad.
I did see that Binance, yeah, he pointed it out. They're going to buy like $1 billion of Bitcoin, supposedly. And if Bitcoin drops by 20%, they'll have another like 200 mil that they're going to need to buy.
So are they selling Bitcoin on someone else's behalf then? 'Cause I know I keep seeing that they're the ones that have been selling a lot.
Louis, I need you to answer this question.
Zora Sun or Copper eating daughter?
It's a tough one. Good Friday stream, boys. Good Friday stream.
I think so. I had fun. We
Yeah.
did a little fudding.
I'd say it was one of the tamer streams for a Friday. Honestly.
You never know what you're going to get on a Friday.
I never know what we're gonna get on Friday. So
Study mystery box. You guys happened to pull a ray gun today. Well done.
I didn't know if that was a zombies reference or a 500 reference.
Oh, it was a zombies reference.
500 reference low key would have been epic.
I don't know if it's either the most like based or the most homosexual thing that I do, but I will listen to Call of Duty Zombies music sometimes at the gym.
Oh my god.
It's just like screaming rock music.
God.
As long as you're not looks maxing, you're straight. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
Study having somebody screaming in your ear while you're lifting heavy weight.
Would you like the zombie sounds?
No, not like a zombie. It's just like there are Easter eggs on all of the zombie maps where you can play like a rock song, and it's just like hardcore rock, not like a classic rock sort of
Listening to the Easter egg zombie music is crazy.
study that, man. Amazing workouts, though. I can't even lie. All right, that's probably a good spot for us to wrap the show up. We hope you guys enjoyed Friday's stream. Like we were saying, you never know what you're going to get on these, but we always have fun doing them. It's a little bit more relaxed than the rest of the week. Coming into the end of the weekend, I mean, there's not really too much to write home about. We're kind of seeing a little bit more red here into the second half of the day after we retrace some of that futures dump overnight. Next week will be a big week, I imagine. So we hope that you guys will stick with us for Market Check for next week for another episode. A reminder that we do these shows throughout the week whenever the New York Stock Exchange is live on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Our typical start time is around 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So catch us again next Monday. We will see you then. It'll be a brand new monthly candle. So again, we'll see what we get. Of course, also make sure to tune in for Market Talk hosted by the legendary King Wabi, as well as the Because Bitcoin X account. So make sure to stay following and subscribe to both of those so you can be notified when we begin those spaces. But a reminder now, though, that our scheduled start time for Market Talk is 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So wrap up your day and your week with Wabi this afternoon. We've been really having some great spaces recently, so I would definitely recommend. But thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys on Monday. But until then, have a great rest of your Friday. Have a great weekend. Detox from these markets a little bit and be back on Monday fresh to conquer what I think is probably going to be a big week. Thanks, guys. Stay safe.
Tired of outdated trading tools, confused charts, dozens of tabs, endless stress? You're not alone. Introducing BB Terminal, your all-in-one command center for crypto trading. Track your portfolio, monitor the markets, stay ahead, all in one place. From chaos to clarity, from struggle to success. BB Terminal.